Storytime, brought to you by MINI.
Hello, I'm Cerrie, and this is the story of Reuben and the magical horse. Scuffing his shoes along an old path, Reuben could feel these buildings were special. What's in here? He thought as he pushed his way through some enormous oak doors. The doors creaked open to reveal the riding house at Bolsover Castle, a vast beam tall with an arched gallery at the end. And standing in the centre majestically was a magnificent white stallion. Wow, this place truly is magical, whispered Reuben. And he was right, because just then the horse turned and spoke to him. "My name is Eros. How do you like my home?" His voice was gentlemanly, a strange blend of soft and stern. "So much has happened in this hall. Can I take you on a trot through time to show you?" Reuben nodded enthusiastically, and the horse bowed his head and shoulders so Reuben could climb on his back. 600 years ago, the Dukes of Bolsover wanted people to enjoy this place with senses: smell, hearing, taste, touch and sight. So 5 famous paintings were created. I'm going to tell you the stories of my ancestors through each of these paintings. A silvery mist rose in the hall, and suddenly the painting of Smell appeared from the pillar parlour. It showed a beautiful woman with a dog, sniffing an overflowing vase of flowers. Magically, the picture transformed to show the great court full of people, chaos and noise. Click, clop, bang! Horses charged around as cannon fire exploded. Terrified, Reuben buried his face in Eros's silky mane. "What's going on?" "Don't worry," Eros said gently. "Tell me, what can you smell?" Reuben sniffed. It was a mix of rotting food, manure and gunpowder. "Yuck, it stinks!" he shouted, holding his nose. "That's because the castle is under siege. Almost 900 years ago, in the 12th century, King Henry II's sons led a rebellion against him, and their followers were trapped inside for 6 months. My ancestors had no food and rotted in their own muck. I can only imagine what it must have been like." Another cannon shot exploded, and Reuben flinched, and suddenly the scene faded and another painting emerged. This one was Hearing, and it showed a woman with a stag outside, musical instruments around them. "Now listen carefully," Eros said. Reuben could see green fields with the little castle on the horizon. Horses grazed peacefully, and he heard the sound of a violin float across on the breeze. "We've skipped forward about 450 years, when Sir Charles Cavendish, who loved art, poetry and music, rebuilt the little castle. Can you hear the beautiful Baroque music?" "I can," Reuben replied. "Now it's time for taste," the horse said, as a third painting shimmered to life, with a woman surrounded by baskets of food. Then the painting changed to show a celebration with a king and queen eating at a banqueting table. "William Cavendish made Bolsover famous when he threw a party for Charles I and his wife, Henrietta Maria," Eros said. "The feast cost £15,000, a huge sum in 1634. They watched a play by one of England's finest writers, Ben Jonson. In fact, I'm named after a character from it. It means love." Eros swished his tail, and the next painting appeared. Touch showed a beautiful woman at the centre, then faded to show the inside of the riding house itself, with a black and a white horse prancing together. This was the first dressage school in England. Horses were trained to dance and perform like never before, to twist and prance and even take to the air, said Eros. Reuben caught his breath as he watched horses leap and dance in front of him. As the mesmerizing scene faded, the last painting, Sight, appeared. It was a woman gazing at her reflection in a mirror. Suddenly, the long gallery cloaked in darkness came into view, speckled with strange, flickering white lights. Now parts of the castle are in ruins, Eros whispered. Some people have witnessed a ghostly boy. But maybe it's someone having a trot through time. It could even be you, Reuben. Wow, said Reuben. Then he heard his name being called. It was his mum. Oh, I need to go, he said. Eros bowed to the ground to let Reuben get off his back. Thank you for showing me your home, Reuben said, patting Eros's neck. Sad to see him go, Eros whinnied goodbye. Come back soon, Eros said, as he turned and looked out of the window, back across the ages.